Dreamers, what up? Willie Mack has gone ahead and called the police on Destiny. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Destiny. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Willie Mack, or if you have any idea of what the hell is going on at all, but it doesn't really matter. Essentially, Destiny is a content creator who started off on Twitch, I believe. He's been on the platforms. He's been on the internet for a very, very long time. He's a older person, in terms of just his general age. And, Willie Mack is this individual who is, sort of in his orbit, in his sphere. They just communicated at one point about something that Destiny was going through. Destiny has a history of being called out by women. And, he, even in the spheres of Hassan and them, they call him Sex Pestiny as like their sort of jab at him, because to be honest, he's involved in way too many situations that are controversial, involving like sexuality or just straight up sex, recording women without permission, sharing things. There's just a bunch going on. And so apparently one of the items that he shared with Willie Mack then came out to be of an underage woman, and now Willie Mack felt obligated to report him to the police, and we are where we are today. So, Willie Mack, take it away, my friend.
Looking to the police, this is not clickbait and entirely has to do with the DMs he sent me. A few days ago, a Reddit post showed that the girl Destiny shared Pixie's nudes with was seemingly confirmed to be 17 years old due to her getting doxxed. There is almost a 0% chance that she was not 17 during that time. So I do what I use.
So let's go back and read the chat, right? So you got this person on Discord named Rose, and let me move myself out of the way here. And then you've got Destiny, right? So I'm about to meet up with a guy from Tinder for sex, is what Rose says to Destiny. Destiny then says, oof, more sexy times. I'm calling my boyfriend while I do it all. I'll get him to record it all, and maybe I can send you some. Destiny, hell yes. Make that effort, hold the camera steady. Now, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Destiny is a known cuck, okay? Thank God I'm on YouTube. I can say that word. Destiny is self-admittedly enjoyed watching his partner get railed by other dudes. And so when I see shit like this, and he goes, make that effort, hold the camera steady, you can just, there's just a lot of, and this is, by the way, this is to a 17-year-old. He can maybe say he didn't know she was 17 at the time, or she lied, or whatever it may be, but this is to a 17-year-old girl. She then goes, he has his own place, so hopefully it can be a consistent source of content if it goes well. Destiny, ooh, that would be hot. Now, I don't know what is going through this man's mind when he is just feeling confident enough to be talking to women like this online, period. Right? I don't know what he would be thinking, but I do know the mind of a horny, okay? And when dudes get super horny, I'm telling you, they will, your mind ventures off to places that it just shouldn't. So when he not only has that horny dude brain, but then access to a fan base of, infinite, for one dude, women, shit can get scary like this. And you just sometimes hope it just doesn't bleed over into real life, but you know that there's not much separatability, I guess, between this and the actual person. Yeah, scary stuff, man.
17 during that time. So I do what I usually do and reached out to get a comment. He said the girl, Rose, told him she was 19 and in college at the time, and that the leaker Solo, who is her ex-boyfriend, confirmed that she lied about her age to him. This is true.
Okay. So yeah, that's the part that I mentioned earlier where like he can say, there are defenses to this, right? Like if you had no idea the girl was 17 if she lied about it, you can't necessarily get the full blame of it. My advice would just to be, as a 33-year-old man, I think at the time, he was like 30, 33, whatever. Don't talk to girls that you can physically tell look like children. How about that? That's simple enough. I mean, it's really this easy, right? I know Tectone was on, Tectone is another, popular streamer on Twitch. I know he was on there, on his stream saying something like, oh, the age that you should shoot for and above is like, you take your age, you cut it in half, and then you add 7. I don't necessarily abide by that the same way. I mean, I would say maybe the same rule, but add 9 instead of 7 or maybe like 8.5 or something. Because the reason I say that is because let's go with 20, right? 20 cut in half is 10 plus 7, 17. As a 20-year-old, is it wrong for you to be talking to a 17-year-old? No. But should you be looking for 17-year-olds? Should you be seeking out 17-year-olds? Also, no. Like, you should be looking for girls that are around your age. And then obviously as you get older, that sort of expands it, right? Because we used the example of 20 just now. Let's go with the example of 40. If you're 40, half your age, 20 plus 7, it would be 27, right? If you're 40, should you be talking to someone who was 0 years old when you were 13 years old? Probably not, my friend. It's just very, very strange. Society's not going to look at it as bad or as wrong. And even I'm not going to judge, right? Beyonce and Jay-Z, there's plenty of examples. But at the end of the day, gang, if you're 40, how about you look for a 40-year-old and not someone who, like I said, was 0 when you were 13 entering puberty, you pedophile. All right, sorry. Let's keep moving back on.
This is true. In similar scandals, this is where people usually argue, is he lying? Did he actually know the age? Is it his fault if he was...
Why is he bringing up all these examples, bro? Leave Dream alone. All Blood did was show his face and they incinerated him.
Catfish. I usually wait for all the details to come out before I comment. This is not why I went to the police. It's because he continued to write. I didn't know this until...
Jesus Christ! There's so much! These are all the Tinder mentioned. There's no ID mentioned or log. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the first time will happen on Twitter and see if they did the account and don't have access. 10 plus parties, all involved in creating porn with this person if she's under 18. And her boyfriend, Solo, the guy who leaked this stuff, 10,000% should have known her age. I wonder if the reason the Solo dude never leaked any identifying info about her was because he was worried he'd get caught. Willie Mack, bro, you are in such weird shit. I mean, if you don't know and you asked, then fair. She talks about college here. Is Solo not her age? My guess is he's around her age. I don't know 100%. So, like, this is during the time when Willie Mack and Destiny are talking, and it's like, I don't know. It's like Willie Mack is trying to give Destiny as much grace as he possibly can. But, like, Destiny's admitting here, like, that it's really, like, gray. It's really groggy. Doesn't really know. But then he's like, wouldn't it be crazy that there are like multiple people involved in creating porn of just this girl if she's under 18? Well, yeah, it would be crazy. And it is crazy. You want to know what else is crazy? The fact that CP and CSAM even exist in the first place. That's fucking crazy. The fact that there are human beings who will not just, listen, I genuinely believe it's a mental illness to some extent if you are attracted to children. To some extent, that is a mental illness, not to the extent where you can blame it solely on mental illness, but at least to the extent where you can admit that that person is mentally tapped. Now, if you not only have this perversion, this attraction, but you actually implement it in real life, I think that's when you become detestable, irredeemable. I don't think I can say it on YouTube, but finito, dunzo, no redemption, send them to a prison and let them do what they want to do to them, right? Like, if you're actually willing to act on these things, that's crazy, Destiny. And people like that exist. There's channels dedicated to catching them. Shout out to Gideon. Yes, it's crazy, but the fact that you're using that as like a defense is wild. It's wild. You're like the master debater. You're like the guy who debates. You should know that this is a BS argument and just be like, oh, this is all so wild. Like, come on.
I didn't know this until way later, but the videos she recorded with other guys, the file names are like screen recording, blah, blah, blah. And then he shows me a screenshot of the top of the video.
Okay, cool, right? So when you said, I didn't notice this until way later, but the video she recorded with other guys, the file names are like, blah, 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 blah. You take this video, ¿verdad? You take this video that you are currently discussing with Willie Mack could potentially or is almost verifiably CSAM, CP, Cheese Pizza, and you are sending it to him again.
Clip and says, a boyfriend was recording these on Skype calls. That's absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this.
He's laughing. He's laughing.
She was 17. Well, this is insane to me because he's saying Rose's boyfriend recorded CP while sending me a screenshot
of Thank you, Willie. And here's the thing. He doesn't even seem remorseful about it.
CP. So I asked to confirm if he just did that. If you were sending me this, I'm guessing you still have that video. Destiny replies, depends on why you're asking. But yes,
I saw Tectone talking about this part. The depends on why you're asking. The little keck laugh, and then, but yes, I created a copy of all our message and everything when that court case started. This is where it gets dicey. For example, if you are currently being prosecuted, right, for possessing material that might be sexually suggestive and simultaneously of a fucking child, are you illegally obligated to hold on to said material despite the fact that possessing said material is illegal? I don't think you are.
Created copies of all of our messages and everything when that court case started. Just to be clear, he's admitting to having alleged CP downloaded on his computer. He literally has the video open as I'm talking to him. I go, bro, it's outside last video that she was underage. And
yeah, see? That's where it's weird. Because at this point, Destiny is aware. At this point, Destiny is aware, okay? Destiny is aware that the content that he might be possessing could be CPC Sam. And yet, Destiny is still sharing it with people and laughing about it. Now, I don't know.
Still have potential CP of her? He replies, I have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence.
I don't think you do. Here, let me move myself out of the way for you guys. I have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence, etc. So I created backups of all of the important and relevant conversations with her, Solo, Pixie, Straighterade, / Aaron, etc. I don't think that's legally true if the content that is being discussed is CP or CCM, because it is illegal to possess that material. Right? I mean, I don't know.
All of the
this is
important
very strange.
Conversations. He continues, I don't think I'm allowed to delete it, LOL. I don't know if it counts as hiding / destroying evidence. And
I don't think it would.
Lawyer, that seems crazy. Who keeps this sort of...
Yeah, no, I agree. At that point, you turn this all over to a legal professional and you get the fuck up out of there, because that is crazy.
Stuff on their computer without 100% knowing if they're supposed to or not.
Shout out to Vance in the chat. Audio is fine.
I continued. You just let me know you have CP videos saved to your computer. You knew it was alleged.
Right. Like, you're admitting, like, oh yeah, there's like whole discourses about how this could have been a 17-year-old at the time. You have the recordings. You're even screenshotting it and sending it to bro. This is all just so tapped. Like, I know Destiny is like this master thinker and all I do is sit and think about things. There's no thinking and dancing around this one. You are cooked, brother.
That she was underage. You still have them. Do you see how this is? So now I've confirmed that this guy has child porn on his computer.
The only positive I will say that comes out of this, and I don't even know if necessarily a positive, is that it incites. Hey, shout out to my boy Alex. Shout out to my boy Alex in the D-Wing. Rolling back into the content. This is just such a tap situation. Like, you can't be admitting all of this to the guy and then still sending him screenshots and little, it just doesn't make sense. And what's blowing my mind is that this is not like an idiot. This isn't someone who is like, been known for being stupid. This is a guy who prides himself on being right, winning debates, studying up on topics. Did you not study up on the laws of humanity? I don't understand.
8 years of reaching out to people over allegations. I've never had anyone admit that to me. The last message he sent me was, what? I don't even know 100% of her age was legitimately less than 18 when these were taken. So basically, he's not 100%.
Brother.
Sure, if he has child porn on his computer, he's just 99%. Got it. Phew, I'm pretty sure I have an obligation.
No, you can't be pretty sure. You have to be 100% sure. First of all, you can't be like, I'm pretty sure I still have an obligation to preserve stuff. No, nigga. Not if the stuff is illegal to possess, Destiny. That is common sense thinking. You cannot be like, oh, I can keep CP on my phone because I'm in a court case involving CP. What are you talking about?
Preserve stuff related to my court case. I've talked about it with my lawyer already, specifically with regards to the Rose stuff. So we went from, I don't know if I could delete this, to my lawyer says it's totally fine to keep. I don't know the law, but the idea that his lawyer would tell him to hold on to CP for a civil case, just stuff.
Well, here's the thing. If he genuinely did talk to his lawyer, and he genuinely did get a sign off from his lawyer, I would imagine it's because his lawyer did the work already to verify that at the time she wasn't 17. But what Willie Mack is saying that there is like 100% verifiable proof that at the time of some of the videos Destiny's referring to, she was 17. So now I'm confused. Either Destiny just lied about talking to his lawyer just gave him the worst legal advice you could possibly ever give your client, or Willie Mack isn't fully aware of the actual age of the girl at the time of the videos that Destiny was sending. There's so much going on now.
Doesn't seem likely to me. I don't know. LawTube can figure that out. 3, if something were to come out of this, I don't know if I'd want to wipe everything and not have something to turn over to the authorities.
That's fair.
Hypothetically, whenever a political creator is about to give a hypothetical, you know you're about to hear some weird shit. If hypothetically her boyfriend or whatever was actually trafficking her or getting her to fuck other dudes on video for him, and if there was ever some kind of investigation into that, am I hurting the chance of looking into him by deleting?
So now, Blood is not only going, I think I have to legally hold on to this potential CP. He's going, I'm actually the good guy. hold on. See, guys, the joke is, I'm a pedophile. No, see, I'm actually a good guy because if I didn't hold on to this potential CP and there was a later on investigation that could potentially happen into her boyfriend, wouldn't I be the good guy for still having the potential CP? No, Destiny. No, you wouldn't be doing any positivity by holding on to that material. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why, Destiny? Because nothing sent on the internet goes away. So if you sent it, there's probably a chance that if there was a legal proceeding around it, they could just go to Discord and go, hey, we need chat logs from this period of time. You need to present them legally. And they would do it that way. They don't need a random YouTuber holding on to potential CP to be like, I have it, guys. Look, I have it. That's not how that works.
All of this stuff? Oh, so now the reason he's keeping the CP is because of a hypothetical criminal case that he is not pursuing at all. Okay, maybe these reasons are legally sound advice that came from his lawyer. Maybe he's lying and just saying anything to make it sound better to me. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I just know this guy's admitting to having CP in my DMs, 60 gigabytes according to him.
I don't know, but she told me she was 19 and there are laws confirming if she was ever underage, and I expect all of them to be running to that solo guy because he was recording 60 gigabytes of porn with her. Holy crap.
Seriously, how does he know the amount if he doesn't have it? Also, how does her boyfriend being in the wrong somehow make Destiny in the right?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Who knows? Her boyfriend could have been 17 as well. Dude, you were 33. I reported this to the police and recorded my interactions and calls with the detective. Hello, nice to speak with you again.
Holy crap.
Sure.
Can you copy of the
Yes.
you guys having porn and all that?
Yep. I also sent him my DMs with Destiny. I don't know if anything will come from this. I don't like leaking DMs. As me respecting.
Well, here's the thing though. I don't think you actually have proof of Destiny actually sharing CP with you because I don't think you have verifiable 100% proof that she was 17 during the video. I didn't see anything during this video that 100% proved that the girl was underage at the time of whatever happened. I think that's the only thing that's concerning me about you calling the police and sharing what you share. Your entire conversation with Destiny, at each point of the way, he made sure to state that he still was under the impression she was 19 at the time that those recordings were sent. And so when the cops see that, they're more than likely not going to go any further into it because they're going to see that, well, he's saying that she said she was 19 there. Do you have any proof that she isn't? And then because you didn't provide that, now you've lost, right? The cops can't go on a half-assed statement. So maybe this was just for YouTube clicks. Now, I'm conflicted about this
It
thing.
allows me to talk to all sides of the situation, builds trust with the creator, and also allows me to get follow-up statements for when the drama develops.
Right.
When you tell me that you're in possession of and going to remain in possession of CP, that confidentiality is over. I shouldn't even need to say.
Well, so yeah, I was gonna say if he knows that, because this is sounding like Willie Mack knows, and if Willie Mack knows that Destiny's cooked, goodbye. Hassan's about to throw a party and dance and piss all over your grave.
If he ends up being legally in the right to keep it, then fair enough. If he ends up getting charged, then I'm glad I did something. I'm just trying to do the right thing in a situation I've never been in before.
Okay. All right.